Well, I thought we did a good job up and down the lineup for the most part of creating some innings, obviously with some walks. We had some balls hard early that were at them, and we put together a couple of good innings there. The third inning was the inning that we punched in, I think, maybe all the runs with 2 outs. We just, so far this season, we have a little knack of scoring with 2 outs, even to end the game. So, Hagan, he'll tell you, I mean, his command wasn't there, blame it on the weather or whatever, but, he did just enough to, get us to where we needed to be. And that was 5th inning. And, I thought Dylan Carter came in and did a really nice job for us again. And, he was maxed out on pitches. We just about got him the hitter previously and let him finish that inning, which was really big to see because that was one of their better hitters. And then, Coyle came in and throwing the ball 86 miles an hour. And then I think after he relaxed a little bit, he started throwing the ball 88, 89 and did a nice job for us.
Carter's come up big for you the last 2 games. What's he doing well on the mound for you?
Well, he's got a good slider going. I spotted his fastball to the glove side pretty good as well. Throwing strikes, competing, keeping the ball down, and for the most part, working ahead in the count. That's always big.
He redshirted here for you last year.
Mm-hmm.
Has he surprised you at all with what he's done for you so far?
Well, I wouldn't say he surprised me. He had a good arm. Last year, it was just the command wasn't quite there his first year here, especially in the fall. And we had, a little pitch in depth. So we figured, he's not going to get to pitch quite enough. And, he went out to up to the Northwoods League and got an early start while we were still playing and had a really good summer and, came back and had a pretty good fall. And we knew he was going to get an opportunity. And if he did well, he'd get more. And that's kind of what's been going on.
Got a 2-parter. What do you think of Slavin's today, the opposite field, and then where Callie is right now?
Yeah, Slavin's had a couple of really big at bats, and the home run was big, but that was also a big at bat with 2 outs when he singled the right field after fouling off a lot of pitches, and I guess he had 4 RBIs. I mean, 4 and 5 hole had drove in 8 runs. That's a great deal there. And Callie, I think he's back. His confidence is back, and even he lined out to right center field after hitting the home run, and he's doing what we've seen him do with the bat, and it sure is nice having the lineup the way it's going. I can leave him down there, and if I need to bring him up and break up a couple left-handed hitters, I can do that as well. It's just nice to have a bat that can drive the ball.
I think it was before Wednesday's game. You switched Stovall and Borfin in the order. Borfin's had, not much success in the 2-hole, but Stovall's getting it done out of the 5-hole. What do you think about that?
So should I switch him back, or what do you think?
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I'm thinking the same thing you are. Borfin hadn't been very good in the 2-hole, and Stovall's been great. So maybe I move Kendall to the 2-hole, or maybe I do something else. I don't know. I'm probably going to leave Peyton there. We'll see. They're throwing a lefty at us tomorrow. I might make a change or two. We haven't seen a lefty starter since game 1 season. But yeah, Jace can hit. He can hit lefties. He can hit in the 2-hole. It's just another place in the order. It'd be nice if he put together a few more good bats. It might solidify that lineup a little bit.
And then you mentioned Diggs. Do you see him getting a shot in the field anytime soon?
Where do you want me to play him? I'm just asking. You're asking me. Anytime soon. I think one day. His position for us is in the outfield now, and he's gonna. I guess he would have to go in for Jace because the other guys are hitting the ball pretty good, and Jace has been hitting it pretty good. So, he's learning that position. I think that's his position of the future if he gets the opportunity to play the pro ball. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I noticed John Bolden wasn't taken in and out today. Is there an injury situation also?
Resting him. He'll play tomorrow.
And what do you think of Harold and his?
I thought he had a nice day. He got that first rally going with that base hit, or I think that was in the third. Led off the third with a single with 2 strikes, and laid off a couple of borderline breaking balls, and then got him a pitch he could handle, and he singled. And he made a couple of nice plays. And the key for me when you play in the infield, just make the routine play, and that's what he did.
You mentioned
I feel like we talk about how you say the word fight a lot when you talk about your lineup and what it can bring to the table. When you just look at it 1 through 8 to this point of the season, what have you thought about the way that they've been able to do just that?
Yeah, they'll you might get us out for an inning or two, but usually we'll foul off some pitches and work the count a little bit, and we can drive your count up. We had 1 inning today. I think we saw 4 or 5 pitches and we were out, but we hit 2 balls right on the nose, so you can't really complain about that. But I like the way that if you're facing our lineup, and maybe if you're pitching, you're thinking, well, if I can get through the top, really the middle and the bottom of the order can be just as good. And so they don't get to relax. And I tell you where pitchers down, especially good starters. If you can fight them 1 through 9, it can frustrate them a little bit. So I've been real pleased with the way it's gone, top to bottom.
You mentioned Higgins' command wasn't there today. It was also really cold. He still gave you 4 2/3, only allowed a run. What's it say about him?
Yeah, well, he'll compete. He competes with anybody in the country. When he's got the ball in his hand, he thinks he can get you out, whether he's thrown 8 balls in a row or whatever. He thinks he can get you out. So, I think that he'll tell you that he just didn't feel it tonight. Being able to command that zone like normal, but it's still early. You can tell his arm. He's throwing the ball well. It looks good coming out of his hand, and teams have to be ready to go when he's on the mound. That's for sure.
And we heard, I guess, Tiger, it's a UCL sprain. Is that, I guess, best case scenario at this point?
Well, I think we've had a couple of doctors look at him, and I think he's had an MRI, and that's what the take is now. He's got a sprain, which is good news for now. I think he's going to get looked at one more time, and then it'll be 100%. But that's what the doctors feel. That's what he felt. And if that's the case, and he'll be out probably 5 or 6 weeks at least.
Is that next opinion? Is that going to be in the next few days, you think? Or
Yeah, I think it'd be early in the week next week.
That's 3 run rule victories for you this year. Do you like this rule?
Well, if the temperature's cold like this, I'm okay with it. Yes and no. I think what it does is, I think it's going to be a problem in league play a little bit. Whenever, if you're getting it handed to you and teams are still running and they're stealing and hitting and running, they're up sack button when they're up 8 in the 7th or something, could be an issue. But right now, what it does is probably taking away an inning or two, or an at bat or two to some guys that would normally get in and, get to, just get in the game. And maybe it's like Parker Coyle there. When we had the big lead, we hadn't run ruled him yet, but we had an opportunity to get him out there. He's come in a couple times this year with the bases loaded. That's not a good way when you're a freshman to really start out your career. Here you go, bases loaded. Good luck. It's nice to start him an inning. And but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer your question. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about it yet.
do you have an update on Ben McLaughlin's surgery? I guess it was
It
yesterday.
went really good. It's I guess there were 2 ways it could go, and it went the better of the 2 as far as what was going on when they got in there, and just had to do a little shaving down, and 3 to 4 weeks he should be back. Okay.